Wait, I got this too.
Oh man! Oh, I got one of those. I can't see, but
Well, Flash,
cheers!
I got a really fun intro for you. Oh,
No way!
yeah.
What do you have for me? I can't.
Hey, Mike, Alice, where is everyone?
Carol, we're all in here waiting for you.
All we hear all day long is how great they are.
Flash, flash, flash. Janine, Janine, Janine.
It's Livestream in quarantine with Phlash and Janine.
Starting in
5, 4,
3, 2,
1.
Hey, wait a minute! I didn't even know anything about that. That is incredible. How do you get them all to do that?
I didn't
You
want to
did
tell
not
you
tell me about that. That was a surprise. That was great. Thanks, everybody who put that together.
Gene, the Pit Spitter's brainchild.
That was really good. Gene did a fantastic job. That's why Gene was looking forward to the show. That was really good. Having everybody. I saw Bill. There were a number.
Oh wait, let me show you all. Let me give you a screenshot because I wanted you to see all the people. Hold on, you could probably name them all. Okay, go.
I don't know if I can name them all. Okay, I see both of the Bills and Terry. Is that Trent? Is that Trent in the bottom left-hand corner?
Yep.
Oh, okay. There you go.
And there's Flash t-shirt wearer. And that must be Is that Sally or Sandy?
Oh, there's Sarah. Okay.
Sarah. Oh, I knew it was an S. I'm sorry,
she's
Sarah.
in the bottom right-hand corner.
Yeah.
Tell me, do you remember who? And there's Bill in the upper right.
Yeah.
And tell me who everybody else is, because I know they're all their names.
Oh, I don't know. Oh, I thought you were gonna.
I'll know them. I don't know them all by sight all the time, but I know exactly by who they all are.
I thought you were gonna. Well, yeah, exactly. You would know their voices and you would know their names.
Was that Jeanette?
Yes.
Because I only see her still photos. I never see her in video.
Yeah, that's Jeanette. And look, let's see. Let's put it up one more time.
That's probably David in there too somewhere.
Video, please tell us that. Hold on, let me get it back.
Yeah, you have to identify. There's only. See, I'm not sure which one's David. I know all, but tell me who the guy on the very top center is, and then the middle. I bet David's one of them.
Yeah, I think David's.
And I'm sure I know who he is as soon as you tell me who he is.
David. Okay. Yes. Yep. There's Trent. Hold on. I'm going to put it back for everybody to see. Okay. Kim Payne in the middle.
Oh, that's Kim. See, I had no idea. I don't know what. I didn't know what Kim looks like.
Kim Payne is in the middle. It's funny. I always assumed you lived in your car.
There you go. Now and then up in the center. Is that David or not?
Up in the center top. Okay. Everybody, let's see.
Can somebody tell me
who the top person is?
That's the only one I don't know by sight.
Oh, I don't know if Terry's watching. Terry just texted me.
Oh, there you go.
Kentucky, La Crosse, Wisconsin.
Oh, there you go.
I'm trying to get out of the photo. Sorry, guys. There we go. Here we are.
Wow, that was great. Well, an incredible job, because I never get a chance to see them. A lot of times they'll call, or you'll just see Facebook photos, and now you get to see it live in motion.
Action. Yes, them in action.
And then it really is very cool. So thank you all for doing that. That was really a great surprise. And you did. That's all you told me. You said I have a surprise, because you never said anything about an intro. So that was a good one.
It seems, and you're always game. It's crazy. I don't know when you're going to start saying no.
Yeah, well, the last week when you brought up the whipped cream, and then it's like, oh, great, there's going to be whipped cream all over the place. And by the way, I smelled whipped cream that next day. It was still probably in my nose, because it was either still here, and every once in a while I can look down at one of the keys and I can see it. And I found out when I was just over here, I missed some of the cleanup because there's some of it's sticky next to it. What's that?
Somebody said, "What is your address so we could send a cleaning crew?"
Yeah, I think that's the only sticky part. Oh, okay. That's the only sticky part I have right now. So, man, what a week we've gone through, and it's been hot. You know, when we started this, it was cold outside, and now here it is. 10 weeks later, this is 10 in a row.
This is our 10th. That's right, our 10th show. And if you were, for those of you who are on right now, thank you all for tuning in. By the way,
all right.
We almost 200 of you. 203 of you at the moment. If you heard this morning when I was talking to Phlash, because it's our 10th show.
You were paying attention.
Yes, I'm paying attention. I have this is my mug.
Oh, that's a Michael Bublé you have right there.
Cold out of a mug.
Michael Bublé.
Yeah, it's Michael Bublé. So
there was a guy. We had a guy on the air, and when that originally came out, so 01, Michael Bublé was being played on the air, and he went on the air, and he didn't know how to say it, and he kept calling him Michael Bubble, and these are like, and here's another one by Michael Bubble here on XM satellite radio, and it's like it's Bublé, it's not Bubble. Well, we get them wrong.
Hey, first it's Bubble.
We had the one today. Do you know the song "What a Wonderful World" by Louis Armstrong?
Huh? What?
You know the song "What a Wonderful World" by Louis Armstrong.
And I know this because I heard it this morning. The dog says good night.
The dogs say good night. Yeah, I had that from a listener. If you think it says it, you hear that, and it says the dark sacred night.
Exactly like that. When you played it, I said I wouldn't know. I would not know what it really meant. Like I would always have thought that same thing.
And so our listeners told us, it's like, you got to play that song because it has a different meaning every time I hear that thing with the dogs say goodnight. It's the way it sounds, the dark sacred night. Yeah, that's the way Louis just sings it. Dogs say goodnight.
You know what? I only think of Kermit the Frog singing that.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah. So there's a good one. Did you know the story behind that? That when it was released in America, it didn't become a hit. It came out at the end of 1967, and in the early 68, no one in America was playing the song. And it was very big overseas. It was not big in America. So once the movie in 1988 was coming out for Good Morning Vietnam, it was used in the movie. And once it got in the movie, it became a hit. So I was on 100 KHI in Ocean City, Maryland, and I was playing the song as a current song. Well, when we got to doing the 60s, this was a song from 67, but nobody in America remembers it unless you heard it in the 80s, because it was number 2 overseas. And that was the big thing. And I said, well, why don't we just go ahead and play it? So we started playing it. And then we did the merger between XM and Sirius. Well, a lot of our XM listeners knew it, but on Sirius side of the 60s, they didn't play it because it was officially a 1988 song. So they were doing this. They did a survey, and they said, we're doing a survey. Is there any song you get a request for that you think should be on it? And I said, What a Wonderful World by Louis Armstrong. And they said, well, it wasn't a hit in America until 1988. And I said, but since it was recorded in 1967, it was a hit other places, you should test it, because believe me, the listeners like it. That thing came up in the top 10. So then now it goes back through the management, and they say, how come you're not playing this song, What a Wonderful World by Louis Armstrong? And the boss says, well, it was out in 1988. And he goes, but I don't care. It tested as one of your biggest songs. You need to play that record. And that's the reason, because I threw that in, it did this whole test around through Sirius XM subscribers. And then it started playing because I told them to put it on there because I got requests for it. So that was very nice. And I'm glad to be able to play that song all the time. And that's the reason it came up, is because the listeners said how much they love hearing that song. You don't get too many negative requests when you hear that. They're like, oh, what a great song. But if you were in America, you didn't know that song in 67 and 68. You would have known it by 1988.
Right. That's interesting.
Yeah. So a little background.
At weddings at the end, towards the end, you knew when the weddings were starting to end.
Oh, when when they start slowing it down and then turning out the lights and wanting you to leave. Yeah, it's time for you to leave. You know, it was a real cool thing. It'll be a year ago. My nephew got married, and on there and his date, so it was 6/28 and then 19. So I went and I looked up the zip code for it. So when I signed it. You've been married on whatever, you can look it up, whatever city it is in Illinois is what it is. And then when I put that up there, they've seen that and they remember that. They're like, hey, we know our city now. How cool is that?
Buckner, Illinois.
What's it called?
Buckner, Illinois.
That's it. So I signed it. Thanks for doing that. Buckner, Illinois. So I signed it, Buckner, Illinois, and then 62819. So happy anniversary to my nephew. And they got married. It was a Friday night, so it'll be their anniversary's on the way this weekend. I just saw it because they got those koozies that they gave to everybody, and they got crab mallets. It's, here in Maryland, everybody loves crabs, and he goes out and eats crabs. So he has crab mallets that have that date on them as well. So that's my crab mallet. Anytime I want to open up a crab. Are you familiar with crabs? What do you? What's above you now?
No, nothing. I'm thinking.
I thought something was dripping, or because now at your last location, you had this overhang that was right above you, and Shep would look right above and look down on you, wasn't he?
Yeah, I have that photo. Yes, and a lot of people are asking. By the way, I don't know why if I'm fuzzy. I've had a text message come through. Sorry, I don't want to restart, but sorry. I promise you the background is not wood and you're seeing it different. No longer in quarantine. I'm seeing a few of you say this. No, this is not my mother-in-law and father-in-law's house. We left. It felt like I was moving back to our house. And I think they're going through empty nest syndrome twice now. That's right. Hi to my mother and father-in-law.
Isn't that weird? Normally they could just run down and be on the show, and now
they can't. But this is Shep, by the way. This is Shep looking at me.
Oh, that's over the edge. So that's the way it used to look. You'd look up over that. So that was one of the coolest things. That's a really cool house, the way it's built like that.
Yeah, it is very cool. My camera is a 720, not a 180. I don't know what that means, but this is my laptop camera, so I don't know. But before we keep going, so you'll all have to deal with me being blurry. I promise I don't have anything for you guys to read. And I'm sorry that this is, I don't know what, I don't know, but I'll probably, I don't know. But here is an interesting thing. It is not our last show forever. It's our last show in quarantine because we started this to bring everybody together and to kind of have something to do with all of us having so much extra time. And you guys seem to like it.
So we will do it again, but just having to take a break during this 4th of July weekend. And then we'll come back and continue it again, but we'll take the word quarantine off of it that time. Let's hope that the whole country's not going back into an entire quarantine.
Listen, we're going to keep it. The whole idea is to give it a little bit more of a sense of permanence rather than quarantine hopefully doesn't last forever. But here's the interesting thing is the logo, as you could see on the top side as well as here, will no longer... I can't find the. Okay, it's very hard to look in a camera and do this.
Oh, and you have to go backwards.
Yes, backwards. The word quarantine will no longer be there, so we're going to change the logo up. So, with that saying, the merchandise store that a lot of you have been buying merchandise from, like hotcakes, all of the profit is going to the front lines. We've got American Nurses Foundation, the COVID response relief, as well as Veterans Last Patrol. The profits are going to that. So you only have until I'm going to close the store next Thursday.
Oh, there you go. And so you can have the quarantine one. I like that. Oh man, I had a story.
Yes, a little duct tape.
So, by the way, do you have the? Yeah, do you have that video? You have the video?
I do have the video, and I'm going to tweet. I'm going to tweet out. I'm going to share the link to the store for anybody that wants to get this merchandise before the store closes because it's limited edition mergendise. Not everybody will have it.
And you have an announcement. You have an announcement about people who have already bought or will buy. That there's going to be something special
surprise. For those who have bought and will buy, you've got a week to buy. There's a special surprise that could happen for you. These masks we don't have on the store, but Terry does. So Terry Heyman, you can message her. She might have some left.
Ooh, however, these were nice.
Very good. Here's a cool video of a lot of you I wanted to show. Oh, I'm much clearer now. Thank you, Aunt Louise. My Aunt Louise is always there.
I've been talking to her. She's a lot of fun. She's you know what she did for me? She went and got a picture of the Welcome to Jupiter sign because she saw the video I did last week, and I had all the different places from around the planets. So I went to all of them, and she goes, "Oh my gosh, you used Jupiter." I said, "Do they still have the same sign?" And I took that maybe in 09, and she went out and she took pictures of both of the Jupiter signs on both sides of town. And they're the same.
Yep. You know, she said,
"Hey, cough with your mask. Put that mask back on when you're going to cough." Coming to the portal.
Oh my God!
Cough with that mask on, please.
Mask. I have Eve's mask as well. Oh yeah. So my aunt said, you know, I don't use the PHs all the time when I talk to Phlash. I said, I think you'll be fine. PHINE. Anyway, this video, just a little highlight again. Some of you saw it, but it can't hurt to look again. All of your beautiful faces with our merchandise.
This is great. Woo, man, that was great. It's so much fun to see everybody. And there's Aunt Louise right on there for you. She was right near
right on there. And I want to say that Eve, this is not merchandise that obviously Eve, though, could probably have done mass production. I've been wearing this mask because it's got this little nose arch here, but Eve has hand sewn over 600. Hand sewn.
That is really incredible. Thanks for all those that you put out there, as we're seeing more of the places that are requiring the mask as well. So that's a really nice one. And you get to see other people's, you know, some people will have it where you can get your face. You can get this section of your face done on the bottom. It looks really weird, but there are people.
A guy, he had like, I think it was like the animal from the Muppets. Like,
oh gosh. So the other day I'm in and I come back out of the convenience store and this guy rides up on his bike and he yells over at me and I still had the window up and I was like, "Oh, what?" And I rolled the window down and he said, "Do you have an extra mask?" And because he wanted to go in. Yeah, he wanted to go in. And it's like, you know what? And I looked and I have 5 of them in the car.
Right.
So I was there like, here. And so here it is, like, here you go. You know what? You know who these people are? He said, "No." I said, "Well, find out. Google this."
Wait, you didn't give him one of your Wait.
Yeah, I had plenty of. I had a number of these, so I gave him one, and he's probably around. So he walked. Yeah, so I have this one, but he's probably walking around right now, going, "Phlash and Janine." Maybe he's watching because, but he was a very nice guy. So I gave him a mask and I didn't want it back. So I said, "Here you go. You keep this and that's yours." Yeah, and he thanked me. I tossed it through the window and he got it. So that was nice. That was one of my
nice thing, Phlash.
I gave away because you can't go in if you don't have a mask. And you know, I mean, they have the signs on the door. It depends on which state you're in. As you know, this state's been very strict. And so you have to have it if you're going to go into any public place. Oh, I could tell you a story that happened. Remember how I was boasting about how my headphones had lasted the entire time since XM started?
Yeah. Oh, wait. Sorry. Yes.
So I have my headphones, and what happens the other day while I'm on the air? It finally stops working. My left ear or my right ear stopped working. I was like, "Oh my gosh, 19 years. And now it stops after all this." So I said, "Well, let me go over."
I wasn't even born when you had the
Yeah, that's how long it's been. 19 years. So in 2001. So when I got here in 00, that I used my own headphones that I had from previous jobs, and then right before we went on the air, which, as many of you know, it was the 19th anniversary about 2 weeks ago, so or just a week ago. So when they did it, they gave me those headphones, and I have been using them ever since, and I made them last that long. So, and so next thing you know, it wasn't working. So I go out to the store and I Googled, can I go into the store instead of just doing the curbside pickup? And it said, oh yeah, we're open. So I pull up to the store and they were open, except when I got up there, they made you stand outside until finally you got to come in. I said, well, maybe they're going to make me take my temperature or something. And I get in there and they said, what are you here for? Basically, if you didn't know what you were there for, they weren't going to let you in. Yeah. And so I said, I'm here for headphones. And they said, okay, here's the deal. There's where they are. If you need somebody to help you out here in the store, you need to return back to me. And then we will have to assign you somebody to be able to be with you. And if not, and you find what you want, you can go to the checkout and then they'll get what you need and then come out and bring it back to you. Wow. So it was all of that. And I got there and everything was Bluetooth. And this does not work on Bluetooth. If you want to broadcast, it's got to be able to hook in with either the 1/4 inch or the mini. And so you need to be able to plug in and not Bluetooth it. So nothing that you can buy for the consumer, they're all based on computers and not for the broadcast. So then I had to go over to another place. And yesterday I went over and I showed him a picture on the phone. He goes, what's the model number? I was like, oh, great. And I zoomed in and I had it. And I said it, and he has to walkie-talkie in, and he ask him, and next thing you know, they said, okay, we have them, and you can come on in. And they were $10 cheaper than any place, even online. Really? You could go to Amazon, you could go to Walmart, you could go to all these different places. Everything was, and I went to the store, and they sold them to me for $10 cheaper because I went in there and got them. So it was better than buying them online, and I got them, and these are the brand new ones right here. So they sound pretty good.
Blame the whipped cream,
or the falling off the chair,
off the chair.
There's a lot of things that went into it. The water that went into it.
Because they were fine until we started doing this show. So you don't sue because you're part of the
show. Could have been that, but 19 years for an electronic thing, and so now they are brand new. These are the old ones. You know what? This is it. These are the old ones. So they should go into a museum for lasting 19 years.
You're gonna have when you retire, if you ever retire, you'll have a Phlash museum. So that and you're the only person that could be the curator explaining it.
These lasted 19 years. Original XM radio headphones.
That's You should put them in a box. Why do you leave them out like that? But
that was just so I could show you.
No, I meant now.
No, well, I wanted to show you. I'll put them in the box later.
Oh yes. So
where were we?
What I wanted to show you was Stuart, our friend Stuart, who auctioned. Just in case anybody's wondering, the fate of the
toilet
two
paper.
live streaming quarantine masks and the 2 sheets of toilet paper that we passed through the portal. Little nostalgia here because this is our last quarantine show. Here's our friend who bought. Hope he's okay showing this picture, but I think he'll be fine. Here he is. He looks very safe.
Great. He's got the goggles. What's the helmet say?
He's got his business card on his hard hat.
Is that what that is?
And goggles that look very, very
underwater. Yeah, it looks like he's ready to dive. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, and then he's got, so there they are on the wall.
Wow, that's cool.
And don't flush, Janine Stang. And he's got his wife. You know the story about that picture. His wife has commandeered the radio. She's
and he doesn't want her to change it, so he felt if he put toilet paper on there, it would stay on. And you can see it's on 60s on 6. Yeah, that's pretty good. Way to go.
Man.
So, Stuart, thank you for all you did. And how much money was that? 1,100 or something?
25. So that was all raised, and 100% of that went to American Nurses Foundation. And then we also can't forget Sue, who bought Eve's amazing masks, and all of the money went to Veterans Last Patrol.
That is really good.
So I think we have a couple nice things. And again, I did mention that there is an exciting surprise that'll come after we do the 2-week break. All of the people that have bought merchandise will be entered into a raffle. I'll print out all the names of everybody, put them in a box. I don't have that nice wooden bowl anymore. Would you believe my father?
I thought he would let you bring that. He didn't let you bring that at all?
I do have this, and I broke enough of my mother-in-law's box. She's so nice. I broke so many of her bowls, and she actually let me have this. So
that's the one that didn't match anymore, so that one worked.
States of the show. It's a very nice pottery. My Aunt Jan actually made this, so I think she made it, or her boyfriend. I can't remember. But the point is, it's handmade. Anyway, keep in mind, you've got a week left. Anybody that's already bought merchandise, if you're still waiting, keep in mind there was still some delays with COVID-19 with their staffing. So keep in mind, everybody's name will go into a hat and you'll get a special surprise. Phlash, don't ask me what the surprise is.
Oh, okay. I won't ask you then. And you were talking about how things take a long time in the mail. I ordered something. I told this on the air. I said, I just can't believe it. I ordered something probably 2 months ago, and it got held up in customs all over. Finally, it made it to New Jersey. And I said, oh, man, I think it's getting close to the east. But it was in LA for a while. It was in Asia. And then finally, the other day, it showed up in my mailbox. I could not believe it. It's like this thing, and it was stamped from all the different places where it had gone through customs. And
what was it? I hope it wasn't.
I don't. It's a surprise. It's not for me. It's I needed to buy it for a surprise. Had no idea. Probably wouldn't have bought it. Yeah, because it was a good amount of money for it. And I was there like, this thing got lost in the mail because I already paid for it. It already came back and paid for on the credit card statement. That's how long ago it was. I kept on saying it's like
you, and they felt like if they just went direct, it wouldn't make sense for somebody like you because you go everywhere.
Yep. And that was so, but I did get it. So everything I've ordered online now has officially shown up. And so I stopped ordering online because the things were taking way too long to get here.
Oh, well, now it seems to be a little bit, I don't know, a little better.
Maybe it's getting a little better.
We have to get everything in today because it's the last of the quarantine show. So we had some really nice messages. We want you to know we don't always get to read the comments during the show, but we do look through them, and all your nice things that you all say, we really, really appreciate it. Some of them are really funny, and just wanted to acknowledge all of you that take the time to write. It's a lot of fun. We'd like to, I think we should hear about your week in review.
Oh, my week in review? Okay. Yeah, you already heard about part of it right there. What was what was the one? Do you have photos that go along with my week in review?
I don't know. Let me see.
Just see what you have, because here's the way we do week in review. I start sending photos to Janine, and I was like, just put these up, and then I'll talk about them. That's kind of how I do it. So if you put up a photo, I'll remember about my week.
Well, let me just make sure. I can't whisper to you, but should I do the Eiffel Tower?
Yeah, do that one. That's what I was expecting. I can tell you about that because today was the day.
Hopefully everybody covered their ears. Okay, here we go.
There it is. So this was today is the day where they finally reopened the Eiffel Tower. Now they wouldn't open the way to use the elevator to get to the top. But look at that shot where I did with the Eiffel Tower. Where do you think that photo was taken? Janine, any idea?
Well, hold on a second. Let me see. Paris.
Just answer Paris, and you're right.
Paris, probably in one of the cities named Paris in America.
It is. That's Paris, Tennessee. That's where that is. Yes, that's the Paris, Tennessee Eiffel Tower. That is in Fayetteville, North Carolina. These are some of the very cool ones that are around the country. So that's over the Bordeaux Center. They built their own. There's King's Dominion. So there I am hanging out at King's Dominion. That's Doswell, Virginia, is where that is, just north of Ashland.
I know. I have a picture. I don't have it here, but we went to King's Dominion when we were kids, and it poured rain. And I remember I was playing that ring bottle, the ring toss on the bottle.
Oh, yeah.
Until I won the largest mouse that they had. I think it's mascot. And we had a small car that my parents were so upset that I won because we had to stick it in the hatchback. It was hilarious because, of course, a kid, you can't let it go. And
we got to leave with this.
Dominion for pouring rain and the mouse.
That's the one thing that you remember. Any idea whatever happened to it?
I think I donated it after. Maybe that's the reason why I became such a non-clutter loving person, because of all the stuffed animals I insisted on winning.
There you go. So there you go. They're just some of the Eiffel Towers, and there are other ones, as you know. Paris Casino in Las Vegas is a good one. Kings Island has a really nice one. Paris, Texas was another one that has the cowboy hat. I have a picture of myself with Clyde hanging out there. So always fun to see some of the other recreations they did around there. So that was part of my week. And was there another one you wanted to throw into the mix there?
Wait.
So it's up to you as to which photos you want to show.
Well, hold on, because should I do? Everybody cover your ears.
I don't care. Just go ahead and put whatever it is up.
But wait, is that if I show these things, is that going to be your other part of the other?
Oh, that'll be another part. Yeah, that's all right. You can save that. So we have good photos saved for later.
We do have good photos, so obviously. But I do want to do something for. I need this is really, really funny. Because I was telling you, so I left quarantine at my mother-in-law and father-in-law's house. It was very sad. And somebody shockingly was, I think I'm going to translate this dog's behavior into sad.
Oh.
Yes. Now you said Shep was going to be sad that I left.
Yeah.
My husband said Shep is going to be sad because I was basically he said I looked like to Shep, I was a refrigerator that just spit food out all the time. They gave him so much food. He's probably lost about 20 pounds.
Since you left. Only 5 days ago.
Here's Shep. And please, if there's anybody, a dog behavior specialist, just don't hurt my feelings and say this means he doesn't like me at all. Because I'll feel so bad. But here's Shep. When I say goodbye to Shep. Here we go.
Okay.
Put you on unmute. Oh, unmute yourself so you could comment.
Okay.
Bye, Shep. Shep, I'm leaving.
He won't look at you.
Shep, I'm here. Shep, how come you won't look at me?
Wait, he's wagging his tail.
Bye,
maybe he is happy.
Bye. Look I've never seen you smile so bad.
Wow. Was he happy or not? I don't know what that was.
He was in the other room and he wouldn't, when I think he knew something was going on because like a whole bunch of stuff was leaving the house, and he just would, like, I would talk to him and he would turn his head and he wouldn't look at me.
Wow. Yeah, they do know when you're doing. I'll give you a good example. When I moved so many times with Clyde. Clyde went from Indiana, then we went to South Carolina, to New York State, to Michigan, to the U.S. Virgin Islands. Then we went to Washington State, back to, where'd we go? Indiana. And then he had to move to Virginia and then to Maryland and the second Maryland location. So that's how many moves Clyde did. Now, when I was in Washington State and I was leaving to be able to go to Indiana, as soon as I started moving things out of the place, he got in the car and would not leave the car. He didn't even want to be in the apartment while I was moving things out. He wanted to make sure he was in the car. And he just sat there in the passenger seat, even though I was hours away from being able to load everything. And so he knew we were going somewhere, and we took off and we went down the California coast, and I took him on a drive all the way across the country to Indiana. And then we were there only, a week. And then we got the call to come to DC. And then a month later, we were in DC in 2000. So there you go. That's a Clyde story. So a dog does know when they're leaving and says, I got to get in the car. You're not leaving without me. So that
he didn't try to come in my car.
So, okay, that means he really didn't mind. There you go.
Yeah. I mean, we had a very interesting relationship because he just liked me because I was the one that was there that was always cooking and throwing food like at him, and he would eat them. Oh, he actually finally was able to catch, but a couple times I would throw grapes at him and it would, maybe I'll show that video next week because I was laughing so hard. It was really in the beginning, he didn't know how to catch food. Or at least I think that I actually trained him. Well, I think it's time, Phlash.
Let's
we have
do
a very special Teddy
Award. Oh, I see it. There you go. Scrolling the Teddy Awards. These are really nice, all based on do what you can with what you have.
That's right. And you know what? I wanted to, that you wore a different color shirt. Is that because this is such a special Teddy Award? Is red?
Well, no, red's, red's my favorite color. So
Wow.
I was just wearing the red. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Yes. Well, that makes sense because the blanket behind you with Clyde on it is red too.
It's red. Yeah, there's a lot of red. You'll find a lot of it around here too. And my favorite juggling club is the red one.
Yeah. We got
even though I have the different colors.
My mask is red.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, mine's all black. I didn't pick it out.
So we want to acknowledge this is, I thought that it would be so appropriate because we started the show in quarantine and there are so many people that deserve the Teddy Award that we're going to put them all together in one bunch. And look at that. We want to thank, and I'm sure a lot of you maybe are in this category. I know that we have some nurses that watch, truck drivers that watch. Those are all in the healthcare industry, police and EMT, cashiers, food producers, grocery store, general store workers, utility workers, keeping our lights on, janitors, mail people. That's also FedEx and UPS, all the nice people that bring our mail. And of course, like I said, truck drivers.
Yes.
Left somebody out, a category out. If I did, I didn't mean it. But Phlash and I would personally like to give you, each one of you, the Teddy Award.
Oh, you got the Teddy Award. That is one of the fun things to get. There you go. It's always fun to do these. And it's about what? Is this 4th or 5th time that we've had a Teddy Award?
We will continue. Now, I want to say something. We will continue finding people that are doing what they can with what they have where they are. And if you happen to know of somebody, please let me know. I think I have my email somewhere. But you guys could figure out how to reach me, I would think. But if you would let me know if you have an idea of somebody that you would like to bring to my attention so we could share a little bit more about what they do, what their organization does. You remember we did Eco Soap. We did Herschel Williams Medal of Honor Foundation. So info, not with a PH, at janine.com, and then put Teddy Awards in the subject so I know. And in 2 weeks, we'll honor someone else. But we really want to thank all of those who are on the front lines keeping us going. And I want to say I sort of qualify.
Because you were in a truck for a while. Now, I've sat in a truck. I've never gotten to ride in the truck. You got to ride in the truck because you did a very big thing, as we know. So, so what was your story? I think you have photos that go along with it.
Photos, and I'll show those really quick. But JB Hunt, I Race Across America convoy, and I was in Maine all the way to Arlington, Virginia, and I would kick the tires for them.
You would kick. Became an official job.
I the CEO. And the COO, Craig, and I don't know if my friend is on Stanley, but he could verify this for you. He's in Africa right now, but he could verify that.
It says Janine Stang, official tire kicker. You really got to be an official tire kicker.
They didn't give me a corner office. I said, can you guys give me some kind of office? Like, I need some real estate. But here I am kicking the tires. See, I was making sure we were all safe. And then I also kicked, this is Richard Petty's car.
Wow, that is Richard Petty's car.
And then he kicked me out.
That was it. No, you have a really cool photo with Richard Petty. That's a really nice one that you have.
I got to find that, but
that's great.
So that, again, thank you to all of you. We appreciate you. If it weren't for you, we would all be lost, starving, in the dark, and probably a lot more people sick.
There you go. Well, you've done so much. Oh man, that is fantastic. And now I think it's almost Flash and Tell time. I've been waiting on that for a while.
Flash, hold on. Let me get the banner.
Oh, good. We have that. Let me just look around to see what I can flash and tell. Maybe I can do more than one. Oh, I got two things here that we can do. This is one thing. Well, while you're waiting on, you got it. I found these at the store. Very cool, and especially for our military. Have you seen this? That they did a new logo, and it says "Say hello to a military hero" with a Coke, and then there's 5 different versions of these done for the USO.
Oh, wow, that's got the USO
logo on that too. Yeah, and then I was walking through the store and I found this. I said, "Well, I should get one because it says Flash Phelps on it."
Get out of here! They don't have those.
That was at the store.
That for you.
That was done by Ken. Ken's no longer with us, but he made that for me. He was Ken from New Jersey did that, and he had one as well. How about this? Is a nice one that was done for Clyde. That's done by Doreen.
No longer by my side, forever in my heart.
Isn't that beautiful? Yeah. So that was a really nice one. So there you go. There's some of the things. Oh, let's and you know, the one wild thing going on, the drive-ins are really popular. Not too far away from both of us is the Benji's Drive-In. And by the way, they are going to show this weekend Back to the Future, and they're showing E.T.
Oh, wow.
So if you want to go over, it's they'll be, I guess, tomorrow. It'll be there. So and then the weekend, but all these drive-ins across the country, Garth Brooks is playing. They like 300 drive-ins all over. They're building more drive-ins just to be able to get people socially distanced or physically distanced away from each other. And guess what they're doing? They're bringing back the classics, because a lot of the movies that were scheduled to be out as summer blockbusters have all been pushed back, or they're going to some other way you can get it. But guess what the #1 movie was over the entire weekend? This is incredible. It was
this past weekend.
Yeah, the last couple of days they announced this as to what it is.
Is this something
you would know it because it's from 1993? So this is when you're still, I don't know what you are at that point. You're young, but you may have seen this at the movie theater.
Born by then.
Yeah, well, you were born by then. You were very young. We know that because you have a picture with Amy Grant around 1991. So if you saw that photo, you know about how old you were by 93.
I mean, I want to say because I know the pictures, but real quick, here is Richard Petty and I.
Ah, you got it. That's a great photo with you and Richard Petty.
Richard Petty. Here is Richard Petty and I, because it's a nominative case pronoun, and you use I, not me. Yeah.
Just say here's Richard Petty, and then leave yourself off of it, and where it makes sense to everyone. So you didn't figure out that movie yet? 1993.
I mean, I'm going to just tell you because I think I know. Jurassic Park.
It is Jurassic Park. That was the top movie at the box office. And so do we have any photos that go along that I had done some of the Jurassic Park? There's a Jurassic ride that you can find, which is in Pigeon Forge, which is fun. But
I don't know how you did this.
Go ahead. Oh, that. I got doubled up inside of 2 different eggs. So this is down. Today is Virginia's anniversary. Virginia became our 10th state on today. And so you can get yourself inside of each egg is what that is. So there's 2 photos, and then I merged 2 photos together. But yeah, so if you have 2 people with you, you can do a photo of both of you being hatched out of an egg.
You know,
so
that
I just
reminds
took 2
me.
photos and merged them. What's that?
Sorry. I don't know why I feel like there's a delay on I got to put the volume up. That photo reminds me of a riddle.
Oh, okay.
I make 2 people from 1.
You make 2 people from 1.
Am I?
Who am I? You make 2 people
aside from that picture of the Jurassic Park egg.
You make 2 people from 1.
And you guys can answer if you think
that's a good one.
You know, I make 2 people from 1. I'll help you out by saying, what am I?
What am I? I make 2 people from
anybody. No, you don't have to answer. Let's see if anybody. Don't Google it.
Yeah, because if you Google it, it'll tell you the answer right away, and that's what everybody will do, and they'll just tell you whatever it says.
The sun. No, how? I guess.
Make 2 people from the
All right,
sun.
well, let's just leave that riddle out there for a little bit.
Did you find that other photo that I took?
Morgan. Oh,
what?
No, guys, how did you all know it? Mira.
Oh, the mirror. That's really a cool thing. Yeah, you get the reflection.
Too smart.
In there.
That's
real good.
Okay.
Right, Do you have that other photo of me with the dinosaur?
Sidetracked. Clearly, I got sidetracked. Hold on.
Yeah, because I did some Jurassic Park photos. There you go. This was there was an outhouse in Virginia, and so I'm at the outhouse in Virginia. And if you look very carefully at there, that see push to flush. It's spelled with that. But I was in there at the outhouse, and and this is a wild thing. The dinosaur breaks through and grabs a mannequin and pulls the mannequin back out while you're sitting there. They makes you sure you actually kind of have an idea something is about to happen when you go in there. And the dinosaur mouth busts through behind you. Oh my gosh! The things that happen. What?
Some of Stuart's toilet paper.
Oh. It doesn't. It scares the flash fertilizer out of you. It's like, oh, wow, look, there's an outhouse. And then push to flush. Well, as soon as you push the button that's the flush, because you're like, it's an outhouse. This thing doesn't have a flush. Push the button, and all of a sudden, boom, and the dinosaur's mouth comes through, and then the wood falls down. Oh, it's incredible.
It's good to give it to you while you're sitting on a toilet. Here's another one. This one's interesting.
Which one you got? Oh, there you go. So E.T. That was the number 8 movie. Goonies was 10, and then E.T. was at number 8. Doesn't that look like E.T.? It's actually a turtle statue in Iowa that I found, but I thought he looked so much like E.T. I put him up.
Face sort of looks like Kermit the Frog. Look at his like.
Yeah, I can see that too. But that's why I put that one up there. Yeah, Back to the Future was in there at number 6, and Jaws was number 2. Do we have a Jaws photo?
I do have a Jaws.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There it is. Yeah, this is when I met Jaws. That is Bruce. He's Bruce the mechanical shark. In the movie Jaws, when they filmed that out on Martha's Vineyard, they used many of these different mechanical sharks. This is one of them. It's not there anymore, but it used to be here near Ocean City, Maryland, is where it was in Berlin, Maryland. And so it was there for a long time, and you go by and get your photo with them. Bruce the mechanical shark. So that was one that was used in the movie Jaws that they were able to get. So isn't that cool?
I watched.
But that was number 2. What's that?
I watched Jaws with the 3D glasses.
Oh yeah. Well, that was Jaws 3D.
Yeah,
that was yeah.
Later.
You shouldn't have been old enough to be able to see Jaws 3D.
I wasn't allowed to see it. My Aunt Trisha, my Aunt Louise will attest. Well, we weren't supposed to watch it, but I did because my aunt was with us, and it scared the snot out of me.
Yeah, you didn't want to get in the water.
So wasn't there a speaking of turtles, isn't there a turtle that celebrated a birthday?
Yeah, it was just today, and I found out from Nina Blackwood. She told me there. Nina Blackwood's over on her 80s on 8, you remember. And look what Nina sent me. This is a turtle, and it just his name, and she wrote, here's what she wrote to me. She said, "Hey, say hello to Jonathan. Today is his birthday, and he's 186 years old."
Wow.
Oh my
Do you know what's crazy is Jonathan's great grandchild is with me today.
Huh?
Yeah.
Who's that?
He's right here. I got him in Montana, in my Montana stop.
What's that? Oh, so you have a turtle?
Yeah. Oh, it's weird. It's like something inside of.
What's in there?
Oh.
Oh. Oh. The heck did you do?
Oh my gosh! I don't know what happened. I think the baby.
Did that just go through there? That doesn't squirt again. Hey, come on! Stop!
I'm sorry. I didn't know that. I was trying to keep his face away from the portal, but apparently the portal still works.
Oh.
No. Did you inhale any of whatever? This little baby turtle.
Your turtle went all over the place.
Well, anyhow, this is the great grandchild.
Why is it every time you show me something, I get wet or hit by something?
You want to get Phlash? Here, I'll give it.
That it's everything's all wet. You're gonna give it to me? Oh, give it to me.
Here you go. There you go.
Turned into a peep. Oh my
you know what? I have no more peeps. I didn't know that he was going to turn into that's not a trait, but just give me I'll take the peep.
All right, here you
Thank
go.
you very much. Thank you. Whoa!
You got an entire. The portal's actually multiplying.
What happened? A turtle turned into a peep, turned into a package of peeps.
Oh man,
Flash, you really. That definitely. That red shirt is now burgundy.
It's all, wait, you should see my pants. Look at the pants. It went everywhere.
So
Your turtle,
baby turtles, I guess.
Oh man, my shirt is soaked, isn't it? Oh,
here is. Oh, you know what I was going to tell you? If you happen to be in Florida, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but my documentary is going to be in drive-in. They're going to show it during the 4th of July. I'll have to tell you about it when
the drive-in.
I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say. I'm sure I'm allowed to say it. The drive-in movies in somewhere in Florida. I'll post it. Follow me on Facebook, and I will post where you could watch it. But it's going to happen over the 4th of July. And
where's your movie? I have it in here somewhere.
Yeah, it's.
Oh no!
Again.
Somebody's at my door. Do you mind if I go get it? I gotta find.
Yeah, sure.
Hey, are you down there? Can you? They're still ringing the doorbell. I wonder if I just don't get it. If they'll just keep ringing the doorbell.
I don't know. Oh, is that the doorbell? That's
the doorbell. Hold on. Man, hang on. Let me go get the doorbell.
This person's very impatient.
Clyde here in the meantime. I'll give you a Clyde photo right there. All right.
Oh, that's nice. But I mean, you got it. Oh, and now I've got an alarm. I try to keep an alarm so we stay on target here. I don't know if I do know what Flash is getting, but in the meantime, because we're going to have a 2-week break, and if you want to make sure you have something to do, and you haven't joined my team yet, go to my website, JanineStang.com/join, and I send out missions. A lot of you know, if any of you are on my team and you want to comment to tell people how rewarding it is, because you take the time to thank some veterans, some obviously that you've never met, however, letting them know that you're grateful for what they've done. And sometimes you end up with a pen pal. My friend Peggy Lee Lightfoot is still a pen pal with one of these veterans who is 93 years old, and she writes them all the time. So it is a thing that you feel like you're doing for others, but it always gives back so much more. And if you have kids at home that you're looking for some extra projects to do that are things where you're giving back, doing what you can with what you have where you are, I would encourage you to do that. Oh my gosh. Here's Flash with a big knife and a package.
I got a package in the mail.
I know exactly what this is, Flash. This is a very exciting package.
It is?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
All right. Well, let me check it out. Here we go. I'll open it up with the big knife. All right.
Towards yourself. Flash, remember, we're all of the frontline workers are busy with other people, and if you cut yourself, just be careful.
If I cut myself, be careful, or be careful so I don't cut myself.
Yeah, exactly. That didn't make sense, but you're dry. And yes, a dry shirt. I got through it. Pat Burke Frost, very observant. Dry shirt. Oh, look.
I switched. Yeah, did you notice I switched my shirt while I was down at the door?
That was very fast.
Yeah, I was like, let me change because it was all wet. Okay, so here you go. Let's see what's inside.
What is that? Is it bubble paper?
It is bubble wrap. It won't pop. It won't pop. That's some not good bubble paper.
You can't break what's in there.
There you go. That does.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Sound effects.
Woo! Look what I got in here.
Oh my goodness! It's red. It's your favorite color.
It is. It's the red. Now, this wasn't even available. How did you somehow come up with a red one right here? Look at that. It's blank on the back. And then right here, it's got our logo on the front, all red.
Wonder why this mug is not like the others. I happen to know that your favorite color is red.
That's right. Yep.
Flash's favorite color is red.
That's right.
And we didn't make any available in the merchandise store because it is officially going to be the last piece of merchandise that's available from the live stream in quarantine. So this is extremely valuable. And what will make it even more valuable, Phlash?
Probably if we leave it as is. But I know what you're going to say. You think that if for some reason I sign it, that many people would probably want it because it's the only red mug that's going to be in existence. Hold on. Give me that marker. Thank you. All right.
Very welcome.
All right. So what? So you want me to sign it right now?
Yes. PHLASH, Now, instead of having, although Stuart and Sue are so generous in buying something for a lot of money, we wanted to make it available for all of you as a thank you. Yes. Sign it towards the, well, go ahead, however you want.
Sign it however I want.
We wanted to make this available as a special thank you to all of you who have purchased merchandise. So instead of doing an eBay auction, everybody that has purchased from the store or will purchase from the store, you've got until next Thursday, buy merchandise, because I'm going to cut all your names up into a little hat. And in 2 weeks, I'm going to pick the name out. And that person who I pick out of the hat, or maybe Phlash will pick it out of the hat. I don't know. Actually, I don't know. But anyhow, the point is you will get the last mug from the quarantine.
There you go. I just signed my name, just like that's all I did. I just signed my name on it.
Oh, that's perfect. But you got to do me a favor now.
What's that?
I hope the portal still works because we only got 4 minutes left.
We're
not.
So there you go. There's the front now. Well, and then there's the back of it signed. Or you? Hey, why don't you sign it too?
Yeah. So.
What do you want
it? I hope this comes through. Gosh, I hope it.
You got it?
Yep. Oh, there it is. Woo!
There it is. Is it signed?
Yes.
There it is.
It's a fresh.
Look at that. That is amazing.
Okay.
That is the coolest portal ever.
Wow. There's a couple of
what do you have on?
Scratches on it, but you guys will be okay with that because that means
it's going to be the only one.
It's going to be live stream with Phlash and Janine. That's going to be the new one. All right, here we go. I'm going to sign it right now.
Okay, go ahead.
It got redder, yes, because it's hot, Bill. Okay, so I'm going to try to. I always sign slanted, so sorry, Phlash. I'm going to go this way.
All right, there's that. So that was already signed. Oh, wow, that was quick. You had a quick signature.
Okay, and then today's date is June 25th, 2020. I'm going to say.
So I only signed my name.
Last show in quarantine. What is it? 25/20?
Yep, that'll be it.
6/25/20.
This is. Do you remember what you were doing the day that we lost Farrah Fawcett and Michael Jackson 11 years ago today?
Somewhere in California.
You were in California that day?
Area where they had her funeral. And I lived right across the street from where they had his funeral, the Staples Center. I couldn't get out of my door.
Wow, this is 2009, yeah.
On the news and watching them overhead. Sorry, that's a lot to say. Okay.
You had a lot going on. I just remember Farrah died while I was still on the air that morning, and then I was on the train on the way back, and then it was starting to come out that Michael may not be alive. We did not know, and so it was rumored, and I got into the car, and then the news was saying we're not sure. We just know that he had been taken into the hospital, and then oh my gosh, you really added to it. Look at that. That's an official mug all the way on the back, all that signature.
Sorry, but I would imagine you're not going to drink out of this. If you do, that's fine, but don't put it in the dishwasher. But it says 6/25/20, last show in quarantine. Somebody said to put, whose birthday? Betty, happy birthday.
Yay.
Don't listen, Carol. You don't have to. It's only 2 weeks, and we're going to come back. So this is not done like forever. Put the date on it. I did it, but somebody said the beginning date. What was our beginning date? Does anybody know what our beginning date was?
I don't know what that is. We may have to add that on the next show before we do it, if you want.
Unless somebody can for sure tell me the beginning date. So this is a prize rather than having a Michelle. If you know the beginning date, or anybody can find it, and hopefully you're not wrong.
Had to be somewhere at the end of March was when it was. Whatever 10 weeks, whatever 9 weeks ago today was. That was when it was.
We've got that's very astute, Phlash. But anyhow, Butch, happy birthday next week, and we only got 1 minute left. So this month.
Oh, and Bill's having. Oh no, he already had his birthday. I'm thinking it's March. We're sitting here talking about March. Bill had his birthday in March. I'm sitting there saying happy birthday to him. It's still March, I guess.
Just goes. So we will pick a name out of all the people. So buy up the merchandise because all of it is going to all the profit is going to help our frontline workers. So happy you for the 4th of July, but happy 4th of July.
There it is.
It's been fun in quarantine with you, Phlash. And
oh my gosh, it's been great. And so are you going to get out and enjoy the next 2 weeks?
We'll see. I've been so busy. And I'm going to be working on the show right now. I'm thinking I want to put like a shelf. I want to do a little bit more behind here. I'm being a nerd. And
in the new studio.
I want to do something a little different. But to all of you, we really, really appreciate over 200 of you every week show up. Tell all your friends. We'll come up with some other crazy things, I'm sure. And thank you guys so much for being with us for the last 10 weeks. Thanks to my in-laws for letting me broadcast from their house but this week. And I miss you guys. And I will miss all of you, Phlash. You'll still get to hear Phlash.
At least for a week. And then I'll be, Mike Kelly will be on for a while. And then finally I'll return.
All right.
We got to get Mike Kelly some of these hours. They were wondering, hey, Mike, how come you're only working 2 days a week? It's because he goes, nobody's taking any time off. That was the problem. Mike's our fill-in for all of us, and all of us are sitting at home, and we just kept on working. And it was like, where are we going to go? Well, now there's a couple more choices. So they're like, Mike, I want to get you some hours. So Mike's going to do 6 of the shows for me. Oh, by the way, guess what? I'm going to be on 4th of July. It's going to be a rarity. That's a Saturday. How often do you ever hear me on the air on a Saturday? I'm going to be on during the day. I'll be on from, I think it's 1 till 5 Eastern time.
Let me come. Oh, all right. Well, I'll have to talk on 4th of July with you.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good time.
With you on the 4th of July.
That is it.
4th of July's.
I think so. I don't even know what I've done. Oh, I know. Last 4th of July, where was it? Oh, I know where I was. I was in Jackson, Mississippi.
Oh, wait.
I was watching fireworks from Jackson.
Oh,
that's where I was.
Day. I know that I was with you during Patriotic Holidays because I would get to
that's true.
In the studio. But thank you guys. I know this is 8:02, and you guys have other important things to do, I'm sure. Right. Candy, hi. Everybody. Thank you guys so much. Keep following us on our Facebook pages because I'll try to do a have to go to somebody else. Hold on. This is the only one of its kind, everybody.
Oh yeah, the red one. There you go.
Right. Well,
cheers.
Thanks again to all of our frontline workers. We appreciate all of you, and we will see you in 2 weeks. I don't even know what that date is.
It just cut off.
Okay, bye.
There it was. Bye if it's still there. Bye. Yay. All right.